My counsel to anybody: if you don't love anybody's daughter, instead of killing them, hand them back to their father. Divorce is not allowed under any condition. But this is what I believe: it is better to be alive and there is no marriage than for you to die because of marriage. A killer marriage is a nonsense marriage. And I'm not talking of physical killing. There are people who can finish their wife or husband emotionally, psychologically, mentally. This woman is a shadow of her life.
Right, I played that video so that you will understand that your life is worth more than marriage. Your life is worth more than anything. All right, that's the reason why I played the video. That video is in connection with the death of late Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu, the popular artist, gospel singer that the news has been everywhere. I mean, this pastor has said it all with regard to that he says that it is better to be alive and there is no marriage than for you to die because of a marriage. Now, the sister of late Osinachi have actually said in this particular, with regard to this particular incident, to say, when she had a second child, she called me to tell me that this man wants to kill her. That's Osinachi's sister talking. That when Osinachi wanted to have a second child, Osinachi called her sister to tell her that her husband wants to kill her. So there has been some consistent kind of abusive instances and scenes, in the relationship and marriage. All right. So what am I trying to say is that there is no point enduring an abusive relationship or marriage whatsoever. The world is going around. Everything is changing. People are getting orientated on a regular basis. There is no longer need for you to endure an abusive relationship. And as a matter of fact, what's the point enduring an abusive relationship in the first place? Abusive relationship can lead to two things. Can lead to death, all right? Or lead to the dissolution of the marriage. So you better choose the dissolution of the marriage rather than die for the marriage. So what her sister was saying actually here was that she's been in that particular abusive marriage for quite some time. And she's been enduring it. She's smiling on the outside, but inside, in her home, within her heart, she suffers. She makes people laugh. She connects people to God and all of those things. Whereas in the inside of her house, there is no happiness. She's not been happy for whatsoever the reason might be. Now, there is a latest update with regard to what Kemi Olunloyo has said with regard to this particular incident. We all know Kemi Olunloyo is a controversial journalist. For those of you who don't know her, that's the picture of Kemi Olunloyo on the screen. She has accused Frank Edward. Frank Edward also is a praise and worship singer. Frank Edward accused this Frank Edward of having an affair with the late Osinachi. So, it's the latest update with regard to this, that Osinachi was having an affair with Frank Edward before she died. That was a reason why the husband got jealous and was very, very angry and beat her. And in the process of beating her, she died. So what Kemi Olunloyo trying to say in essence is that Frank Edward was actually responsible in a way, responsible for the death of Osinachi, or responsible for the breakage in the marriage. That's exactly what Kemi Olunloyo is trying to establish here, that Frank Edward is responsible for whatever has happened in Osinachi's family. Osinachi is not here anymore. She's dead now, to testify or to, either accept or to kick against this particular statement as altered by Kemi Olunloyo. It is Kemi Olunloyo's words now against Frank Edward. But the person in question is no longer alive to testify or to say this is true or that's not true. So regardless of all of these things, if your woman is cheating, and if you have the proof that your woman is cheating, because most men, their wives are not cheating, but they will still continue to victimize the woman at home, in the house. Oh, you are this, I need to see your phone, whereas they are the one cheating. They are the one cheating. But then they will victimize at all times the women that they are cheating without any concrete evidence, without any proof. So even let's now assume that you actually your wife, you discover your wife is having an extramarital affair, and you have your proof and evidence to say, okay, she's cheating on you. The only thing you should do, is file for divorce. Because if you don't file for divorce, you raise your hand up in anger and you eat the woman where you're not supposed to eat her, and she falls down and dies, just like this one. You're going to go behind bars. You're going to go to jail. You're going to go to jail. There are no two ways about it. And there are a lot of women out there, in order for them to salvage, in order for them to keep their marriages, they endure an abusive relationship in the process. There is no point on this planet Earth, in this particular day and age, for you to endure an abusive relationship, regardless of whatever it is. Because it is better for, just like the pastor said, it is better for you to be alive and there is no marriage than for you to die because of a particular marriage. If you die because of a particular marriage, the husband will go ahead and marry another woman and continue his life. So let's assume that Osinachi's husband did not beat her, maybe out of high blood pressure or anxiety or worries and all of those things, she died. The husband is still going to go ahead and marry somebody else. It was just a coincidence that the man beat the woman and the woman died. The woman probably have been having some illness in her body as a result of abusive relationship and marriage for a very long time. Beating her was just to quicken the death. So to every woman out there, you think you want to endure an abusive relationship because of your children, because of you don't want people to talk about your marriage, you don't want the public to be aware that your marriage is broken. It is better the marriage breaks and you are alive than to stay in the marriage that is full of abuse, and you die in the course of trying to salvage the marriage. It is quite clear that in this present and age, in this present and age, there is no need. If you discover your man, the one you married, the one you love, has changed completely, file for a divorce. Put an end to the marriage and get your sanity back. Because if you continue to stay in a marriage that is full of abusive, if you continue to stay in a marriage that your husband maltreats you, all right, it's going to make you to lose your sanity. And once you lose your sanity, it's going to affect your health. And once you affect your health, you are very close to the grave. It is as simple as that. These are the kind of things we need to educate our people. These are the things, example of the things we need to talk to the ladies about. Your children will still be your children regardless. You can divorce and still have custody of your children. If you know the man you married has turned to a bully, has turned to a lion, has turned to an idiot, has turned to a coward, because it's obviously that if your man beats you before marriage, you wouldn't go ahead and marry him. So now that things have turned, the table have turned around, the man have changed completely. I mean, anybody can change. The only constant thing in life is change. And if you discover that the man has changed, file for a divorce, move on. I know it's quite hard. It is quite hard, but it's always very good for you to try as much as possible to make sure that you are alive. It is important. Once you are alive, you'll be able to take care of your children. But because you don't want to leave your mind, you don't want to leave your relationship because of your children, because of these, you don't want people to talk about this. When you die, someone else is going to take care of those children. That is if the man didn't kick them out, or whoever the man marries again, don't kick those children out. It is always very important. We don't know how far this is true. We are expecting that Frank Edward response to this particular allegation. I don't know if it's true or not. We're just saying because Kemi Olunloyo boldly said that, I don't know how she got to know that Frank Edward was having an affair with Osinachi before her death. I don't know where she got that from. But we just hope that she'll be able to supply us with reason, with proofs and facts of, to back her statement up, to say, okay, these are the reasons, these are the facts and figures of the reason why I said what I said. I've caught them in the X, Y, and Z places. So that's the reason why I said Frank Edward is this, or they have certain secrets in your hand. So if she can come out to discuss with us, or to actually write up to say, okay, I've said this, these are the proofs, these are the evidences that I've got against this particular man. I've seen both of them in this particular hotel. I've seen them so place, So because of that, they were having an affair together. But then she just wrote this up, but we hope that she's going to come up, very soon to tell us, or maybe Frank Edward himself is going to react to this particular statement as issued by Kemi Olunloyo. It's quite unfortunate. The children of late Osinachi, our children has been given scholarship by the popular prophetess Rose Kelvin. So Rose Kelvin has actually given the scholarship to the 4 children owned by Osinachi. Thank you very much. And, you know, I mean, what can you say? That's very good coming from her. At least these children can have up until university level, she said. Rose Kelvin, up until university level, she's promised those kids scholarship. And we hope that she will get the strength and the motivation to be able to continue that, because sometimes when you make promises, you don't fulfill them. There are a lot of people that have been promised scholarship from the past that up until now, they still nowhere to be found. But we hope she gathered the strength and the motivation to be able to fulfill her promise on these children, you know. And now that the family of the husband of Osinachi will not come out now to come and help the children. But when the going was good, I'm sure they were spending part of the money. But now the family will run away because there's now trouble. So we thank Rose Kelvin for at least, you know, salvaging to help to save the life of the children. So guys, we're going to be following up with, if you're going to get any update with regard to that, just like I said, if Frank Redwood is going to come up with some sort of reaction with regard to what Kemi Olunloyo said. And until then, when I'll be talking to you, this is Chris Media Network. I'll be seeing you. Take care. Bye for now.